Hi guys, I am here with this week's art lesson. So this week's theme is fun at the zoo. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to do a directed drawing project. So I'm going to show you how to draw a zoo animal. It happens to be one of my favorite zoo animals. It's a sloth. So a directed drawing is where I draw a section or a piece of it, hold it up and show you guys, and then you guys follow along on your page. So we do it together. And then after we're done, I will tell you how to add details and other stuff you can add to your picture. So all we're going to need for this project is a piece of white paper, something to add color to it, so either the markers or the crayons or colored pencils, and that's something to draw with. My suggestion is a pencil first. You can always erase pencil. That's why I always do everything in pencil first. And then you can trace over it with black marker if you want to when you are done. But I would do pencil first. So gather up your supplies and then we will get started. So when you do your drawing, you can have your paper either way. You can go the horizontally, which is the wider way, or you can do it vertically, which is the taller way. I'm going to do it wider. Just so I can do the sloth down here because it's going to look like he's hanging from a tree. So, and then your pencil. So you can erase. So the first thing that we are going to draw is the tree branch that he's going to be hanging on. That way you know how to space everything else out. So you can, I would do, the tree branch is just 2 straight lines. I would do it more towards the top, just so you have enough room for your sloth. So 2 straight lines like that across your page. More towards the top. And that is your tree branch. Now one thing with the directed drawing before we get too far into this is if you miss a step or you need a little more time, you can always pause the video, do the part you need, and then start playing the video again, and then you don't get left behind or get behind. Okay, next thing we are going to draw is his head. His head is an oval. Like that. And then if you have any extra lines that are written together, you can erase them. So you want to do an oval below the tree branch. That's his head. Now we're going to do his body. So for the body, you're going to start at his head and curve around up. Like that. And then we're going to do the line for his belly. So you are going to start at the head for his belly and draw out and connect. So come down his head a little ways, come straight out and connect. Don't worry about lines showing. I will show you what lines to erase when we're all done. Now we're going to work on his back leg. So he's hanging from this tree branch. So his legs, you want to make sure touch this tree branch somehow. So the back leg, you're going to start on his body. And you're going to curve up to the tree branch and curve back down. So I started at his body, I curved up, touched the tree branch, and curved back down. That's one of his back legs. Now we need to do one of his front legs up here further. So this one you're going to start by his head, go up, touch the tree branch, curve back down. Start at his head, touch the tree branch, curve back down. Now we need to do the legs that are on the other side of him that are behind these ones. So for that, you're just going to start at the bottom line of the tree branch and come down. So I will show you the lines that I did. I started at the tree branch and I came down. That's the front one. The back one, you're going to do the same thing. Start at the tree branch and come back down. Now we need to do his toes that are hanging onto the branch. So they're just 3 ovals right across here. So I'll draw them and then I'll hold it up so you can see it. So you just do 3 ovals right next to each other that are on the tree branch itself. Like that. And those are his little toes that are hanging over. Okay, now we need to go back up to his face and finish the face. Now what you can do right here on this side, we're going to add some tufts of hair. So those are just lines that come out and come back in. And then inside the face, you're going to do another oval that's the same shape inside his face. And that's going to be white. And then you can add, they have sections of color around their eyes. So for that, you're just going to come out and circle back in, or turn back in. So I started here at this oval, I went out and curved back in. Same thing on this side. I came out, curved back around and in. Now inside this part is where we're going to add the circles for his eyes. Like that. And then you can add a circle for the nose underneath, and then a smile. Okay, now I'm going to show you what lines to erase, because there's extra lines in here that we don't need. Right here in the body, these 2 lines can be erased, because you won't see those, because his leg is in front of it. So you can erase those. Like that. So then it just looks like body. And this line right here where we added the tufts of hair, you can erase if you want to, but it'll probably get colored anyways, so it's not a big deal. And then the lines right here where the tree branch went through, you can erase that too. Okay. Now a couple other details you can add. That's your sloth hanging from a tree. Now you can add some details. You can add some branches and some leaves to your tree. So you just do lines wherever you want some leaves to be. And then to do a leaf, you do 2 different shapes. You do a rainbow shape on the top, curve, and then a smile. So a rainbow shape and then a smile. And you do that wherever you want leaves to be. Like that. So you have some leaves on your tree. And then your picture is done being drawn. Unless there's anything else you want to add to it, you certainly can. If not, you can go ahead and add color to it. Usually what I do first is I always outline stuff with a darker color, black or something. Go over all your lines. That way they stand out a little bit better. And you can see where you're coloring. So you can just trace over all your lines. You don't have to do this. If you know what color you're going to color your sloth, I would probably do mine brown. You could always outline in brown as well. And then color everything in the colors that you want. You can certainly color yours in however you want. But I can tell you kind of how they are colored so you can see them. So I just did my sloth outline. So if I were to color mine in, I would color the whole body in brown, including this little piece around the head. The background back here of the face, I would leave white. And then these shapes around his eyes, I would color brown as well. And then just leave that space where his nose and mouth is, leave that part white. That's how I would color it, but you guys can certainly color it however you want. You can color the background, add your branches and your leaves, and then you have a sloth. I hope you enjoyed this. Sloths are one of my favorite animals, and you can see them at the zoo. So if you go to a zoo sometime this summer, definitely check them out. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I will see you next week.